beat so slow. Making love to the beat, girl, it sounds so slow. I'm in fuck with a G, girl, you already know.
Yo, we back again. Word 'em up. Yo, son, we gonna take a little trip up to Maryland, feel me? Shout out to my sister, yo. You haven't heard lately, I drop a verse daily. I'm about to lay the rose petals for boxing first lady. Ask Cash, she not in it for a cash grab. She passionate when she speaking and make the crabs mad. Axie's Corner got the news for the boxing heads. Whether you ball, rockin' waves, or you got the dreads. Cowboys bummy, nose runny, ain't nothing funny. These little dummies will sell their own mommy for insurance money. Tuning in on weekends, my favorite getaway. Giving you the boxing analogy every Saturday. Plus she got a hyperlink, so if you got a dime, spend some time and go to bonfire.com/store/love-in-sports, and you can lurk, hit the search, you could get a shirt. If you ain't learned by now, you never will. She got the clever skills where the sneakers are in high heels. All the cats boring now, they was boring then. There's no defeating the Ashley's like a media. With knowledge like a thesaurus, encyclopedia. Them other lame channels remedial, make me sleepier. I tried to warn you, if I say again, your ass are gonna. Y'all informants, get the hell away from Ashley's Corner. You lose a leg if you step a toe past the border. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner. Word 'em up. Ash Cash. We in the building, son. Judah Ben. Tell a friend, yo. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner.
Yo, what is good? What is good? Y'all can hear me. Hold up. Shit. 1 second. Okay. Salute, what is good? All right, shit. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to everybody that's going to hear this on the playback. Hold up. Damn. Everybody hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Best way to support the channel is to join the channel, share the channel, like the channel. Y'all know what it is. Salute to you, all things in the building. First, AMC, FSG. Always be showing some love in here. Salute to you, Teach. What is good with you? Salute to you, Mark. What's good with you, Marky? What's popping with you? Salute to you, Victor. What is good? Salute. Man, listen. Oh. I love boxing. I really do. I love this sport. Do you understand me? I love it. Salute to you, Creole the Traveler in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
He says salute and blessings, Ashley. Salute to you, sir. Definitely appreciate you for coming through here. Listen, I love this sport. I absolutely do. When I was watching the Brian Norman fight, like, I know my video was late, but it was still before the fight, the day before the fight. And like, I could visibly tell when because I heard Jin Suzuki's name before, but I never watched him fight. So I watched him fight the day that I made that video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched two fights. I watched him fight Andy Hirakola, and I watched him fight his I can't remember the dude's name. It was like his most recent fight or whatever. Man, and it was clear that he did not have the defense that he would need to fight a puncher from the States. You know what I'm saying? And a puncher like Brian Norman Jr. Like, I don't know if everybody just forget things sometimes, or, you know, they feel a certain way about a fighter, so they just allow it to cloud their judgment. I don't really know what it is. Salute to you, Slogan One. What is good? What you pimping? What is popping with you? Yeah, hit that like button. Come to a gunfight with a samurai sword is kind of what happened. And he was like trying to use the sword to slice through them bullets. It was not working. Like, Brian Norman Jr., I remember the reason why I know him is because of the sparring that he did with Gervonta Davis. I remember the interviews, everything that was said. I remember all the things that his father said. And for real, and it's like, because people feel their way about the way they feel about Tank, they was just happy somebody was dissing them instead of just being honest with the fact that, man, even if what he's saying is true and he dogged Tank, because all he's saying that happened is that he beat him up. He didn't say he stopped him. He didn't say he dropped Tank and sparring. None of that stuff happened. I'm like shocked at Tank. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, if y'all are really all of that and Tank really went all of them rounds with you and doghouse sparring, man, Tank is that guy. You know what I'm saying? And then later on years down the line, he sparred Boots and say Tank hit harder and all of that shit, disrespecting Boots' power and shit. I'm like, yo, this guy called himself the God of War before the fight. I'm like, bro, what do y'all? I don't understand what's not computing with anybody that was saying Brian Norman Jr. wasn't going to win that fight or was going to, let's see. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit, he didn't have no defense. And every time he did use the high guard, he would put his head down. Like, bro, Brian Norman Jr. could have made that a 3-round fight. For real. He was taking his time. He was trying to be, you know, make it a fight for the crowd that was out there. You know what I'm saying? I think what he did was a good move. People hate that he went to Japan instead of fighting a harder fight for more money or whatever the case may be. I really think certain moves you shouldn't be looking at as a money grab. This right here gave him fans, gave him notoriety. A lot of things that fights like this is a lot of fights that Boots already have on his resume, and it's a highlight reel for Boots. So I guess Brian Norman Jr. was ready for his since he got his hand healed now, and I understand that, you know. So he went to another country, and knocked out one of their best. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, you know, Jin Sasaki, the first 2 times, like he got a whole back and then all of that shit. Them people look like they was crying in the face when Jin Sasaki got knocked out like that. And I seen it coming. He could have did that at any time he felt like doing it, yo. At any time. Anytime he could have felt like doing it. But seriously, like, I was like, yo, this is, and I said it I didn't say it, talk about the odds in the video, but Judah Ben said it in the chat. I pinned his comment because I answered it. I said what the odds was for the knockout in the first 3, and then for the knockout from the 4th round to the 6th round. I made both bets and I put the money on the knockout or whatever. So I won twice. Like, bro, he could have knocked him out at any time during that fight whenever he felt like it, because Jin Sasaki, honestly, he's a warrior. And the way he was fighting, it was like he was getting mad. He didn't care about it. He wanted to make it a show, but he was getting mad that he was getting tagged so much, and he wanted his revenge. He had a lot of heart You know, that's usually how them Japanese fighters be coming, but that shit was fire. The whole fight was fire. And 5 to like, man, I need to watch more of Andy Hiracola, because like I only watched that fight with him and Jen. Like Jen Sasaki just really not that guy to me. Andy's way better than Jen. You know what I mean? So that's I don't know what could happen in that fight, but Andy wasn't doing much that was, you know, he wasn't doing much. He stopped Jen Sasaki like in the 11th round or some shit like that. Salute to Victor. I definitely want to see who Norman fights next. I really think this division is his for the taking. Like for real, the tides turn pretty fucking quick. People talking about, oh well, and this is, I think mostly stems around fans not getting what they want out of fighters. Fighters not doing what fans want when they want them to do it. And that's just the bottom line of this shit, of a lot of what people say. You know what I'm saying? When when Boots was at welterweight, Brian Norman Jr. was looked at as the ducker and the second to the worst title holder in the weight class. Like basically, they would say Barrios is the weakest champion. I kind of agree, even though I really like Barrios, but out of all of them, if anybody's got to be at the bottom, he's not weak, but if anybody got to be at the bottom, it's him. You know what I'm saying? And then it's Brian, like, bruh. And after this knockout, I heard people talking about him being on some type of drug or something, or steroids or something. Like, let's not do that. Like, for real. A lot of the fighters that's not used to fighting people from the States, bro, they just not used to the power. They just not used to that shit. And they not as seasoned. So when they do get hit with them power shots, it'd be flush as shit. It'd be set up. Like he knew he was going, man, he set Jen up for that. For real. Marty McFly. Yeah. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that he put him in critical condition. I heard Brian Norman Jr. put him in critical condition. When he fell flat and then didn't move for like the first 5 seconds, I knew it was a problem. Usually when people fall flat like that, they're going to breathe for a couple seconds and then something moves because they're trying to get up. When I seen nothing moved, I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he bowed to him. I was like, damn. Everybody was looking. You could hear a pin drop in that whole arena. The whole arena in Japan was silent as hell in Tokyo. Wasn't nobody saying shit in that whole arena. All after the punch and people say, oh, that was it. You didn't hear shit until Jim was in the stretcher and moving again. You feel me? That shit was crazy. They said, yeah, he lost about 6 weeks of memory. That shit scary as fuck. That shit is scary as fuck. Now, don't you hope, like, wouldn't you think that Jen would have got the lion's share of the money? You know what I mean? And hopefully he got what it's worth to get in critical condition. Like, my whole thought process behind him not signing with Boots, it looked funny until they told me that they would take that $1 million if they fight somewhere neutral like Vegas. And Vegas particularly, just because Vegas don't have like the taxes or something like that. They don't got to pay on the taxes in Vegas, no state taxes. So I was like, well, then I can't say he's scared. I could say that he just greedy, if you want to call him greedy, but I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even call him greedy. I would just say that man is fighting somebody and this is what I said. I said, y'all, if everybody want to call Boots a cheat code and nobody want to disagree with that shit, then give the man what you know what I'm saying, what he deserved to fight. Somebody that's supposed to be so damn dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get hurt in the sport. I think people should really get paid for what they worth, especially when you see Shakur Stevenson and you see Devin Haney, you see Ryan Garcia getting 8-figure paydays. And this man just wanted 2 million or 1.5 million or whatever the hell it was. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, I just look a little bit deeper into that shit. Salute to you, Kamal Oz is in the building, man. What is good with you, my guy? I hope everything is good with you. Salute to you in the super chat. I definitely appreciate you.
This is for the cool.
Said people sleep on Barrio's resume. He had tough fights, yo, and that's why he's respected and got a lot of fans because of that Tank fight, yo. People started looking more into Barrios, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I think I always liked Barrios. You know what I'm saying? I liked him more after he fought Tank, though. I think he got a lot of fans after that. Salute to you. Come on, Eyes. What is good with you? Planet 619? What is popping with you, my guy? Man, I could have hit Saki with that damn defense. Right, lack thereof. Yo, that defense was mad sloppy. He put his head down every time he put. That's why I said, yo, the uppie would be there, and them hooks, man, them hooks was nasty right around the guard every time on Josiah. And every time Jin wanted to step it up, so did Brian. Like, Brian was relaxed and just chilling that joint. He was loving it. Quit ignoring Boots. Not getting out of the way of the Karen lefts. Yeah. I like Karen. I want to see Karen versus more, you know, some notable names. I really do, to see how he do against him, to see and measure up exactly how hard that fight really was for Boots. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know. At 147, I like Norman Karen. I like Blair Cobbs too. Rocha, Barrios, Santillan, and who's that last guy? I probably know who he is. Karen Style would give these guys problems. I really like Karen, yo. I really do. Sutu, come on.
This is for the cool.
Definitely appreciate you in the super chat. He said Devin called Brian ass. Haney Norman Jr., please. Next, please. Yes. Let's go ahead and talk about that then. Since you want to go ahead, since you want to bring it up, we can go ahead and talk about it then. Yes, Devin Haney. The way Devin Haney talk about other fighters, yo, is as if he think that those fighters or the world didn't see his last two fights, not just the 420 demonstration with Ryan Garcia, but his last two fights. Even with the guy that kind of didn't hit him the whole time and he was just running around the ring, his last two fights. He said Brian Norman Jr.'s ass. Yeah, I seen him say that. And then it said that he was spotted in Japan the week Brian Norman fought in Japan. I don't know what for. I don't know what he was doing, but people spotted him in Japan. He took a picture with a fan or some shit in Japan, supposedly. That's what supposed to happen. In my honest opinion, I don't think Brian Norman Jr. should care about the money that much in this fight. And about Devin Haney saying that he's going to price himself out, I want everybody to realize something that I realized years and years ago. Devin Haney, that's one of Devin Haney's main excuses. Not his daddy got a lot of, his daddy got a quick brain. You know what I'm saying? He could talk. But Devin's excuse for a lot of fights not happening is saying that the other fighter priced out. He said that about multiple fighters for years. He said this shit. Now, what we do know is that he asks for a lot of money when it comes to fights. And we know that now. I mean, there's been a lot of little bits of proofs out there, but T.O. said recently that Turkey said a certain amount of $1 million if he fight Devin Haney. And then after he said cool and talked to Devin Haney. When he talked to Devin Haney and came back to talk to him, it was down to $1 million. So that right there just lets you know that he's going to want the bulk share of the money. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I think Brian Norman Jr. shouldn't care about that, regardless of where they fight at. I think a win over Devin Haney is better than money, if you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? I think because a win over Devin Haney ain't going to come via decision if he fights Brian Norman Jr., in my honest opinion. I think it'll be a knockout, a brutal knockout. That's how I'm coming. It's going to be how it is. I think Brian Norman Jr., like Devin Haney, whoever beats Devin Haney, as you say, fair and square, especially stops Devin Haney, Barrett, it's gonna be a real stop to the truth. Y'all remember how it felt, meaning with all the stuff you seen and the videos you seen when we thought Devin got like lost the way he did with Ryan without the PEDs. Y'all remember how YouTube and social media went off the hook? Just imagine if Brian Norman Jr. really fought Devin Haney and it was no findings of anything. He's not getting 12. He's not going 12 rounds with Brian Norman Jr. I knew that shit a while ago. Bill is slippery. That's funny as shit. It's funny as shit. It ain't never worth enough to be in critical condition. Exactly. But people wanted Brian Norman Jr. to fight who people call a cheat code in the cheat code's hometown for $1 million. Devin recanted his previous statement. What? With his hating ass? What did he say? How did he recant it? I heard the Normans didn't really want to fight because they remember Boots beating them up. Yo, for real, yo. I don't know too many times people said something about somebody on purpose multiple times in front of a crowd and didn't get handled. I don't care what it's been. When that person get to them, they can plead and say they sorry and they didn't mean it, whatever. Like all of that shit happens, cool. But the least that happens before they walk away is a slap to the face, a literal hand across the face. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Devin gonna get his eventually. And everybody in boxing, because this is a contact sport. It's gonna happen eventually. Booster keep repeating. Booster. Get him out of there. Yo, for real. Salute to you, Rampage. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming in today. Devin ain't doing that. Real talk. He probably ain't. Bill Veteran lad. You feel what I'm trying to say. He quick with it. Bill's quick witty. Yeah, he's quick with it. You know what I'm saying? Devin will continue to say that a fighter's he'll say that quick. He said that before any negotiations, conversations, anything. A thought came across people's minds. Somebody put it in a damn social media and he immediately said that they're gonna price him out. I'm telling you, that's his shit. That's his one. That's what he go to. 50-50 Dev and Nor beating me. Devin won't give him the same looks like said. No, he don't got to. In my opinion, Brian Norman Jr. was taking his time. He could have stopped Jin in the first 3 rounds of that fight. That fight did not have to be 4 or 5 rounds, whatever the hell it was. It didn't have to be that. And you could tell by the way Brian Norman was fighting. And I liked it. But all you need for right now, because things has changed with Devin, in my opinion. I don't think it's the same Devin Haney we've seen 15 fights in, or 20 or 25. I don't think it's the same Devin Haney. I don't. Even if he is, that fight is Brian Norman Jr. for me. I don't see Devin beating Brian Norman Jr. at all. I don't see him 50, 30, 20%, 15. I don't see none of that. He can't beat Brian Norman Jr. And because Brian Norman Jr. got good feet, his feet is good enough to cut off the ring. That's all you really need to do. He's not going to not throw punches at Devin. His chin is strong enough to hold up to whatever Devin throws at him. But is Devin going to be to throw any punch? Devin wasn't really throwing punches at Jose Ramirez, and Ramirez really wasn't even throwing punches. What's going to happen if Brian be throwing punches every corner of that ring? He's not going to win defensively. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to fight eventually, and when that fight comes, he's not going to win it, in my opinion. That's if Devin fought like he did with Regis. I don't think Devin ever going to fight him. Like, for real, Devin ain't going to fight no Brian. If Devin fight Brian Norman Jr., bet, and I got my money ready for FanDuel. He's not beating him. Not going to happen, pimping. I'm not saying that at all. Salute you, Kamal, in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
Bill is a carnival barker. Damn. And a snake oil salesman. He's got an echo chamber of cheerleaders and propagandists on YouTube. Haney, Duck, Sandor, Martin, Pulo, Africa, and Gary Antoine Russell. Haney's are full of it. I believe, I agree with you. I believe he ducked a lot of people because he immediately said they was ducking first. I think that's a tactic that's being used. Like when Bill said that Matias asked for $4 million, he threw that out there just to get in front of anything that might have been said. Like when you do stuff like that, I'm not going to agree that the other party is the reason why the fight ain't gonna happen. If immediately you blaming them, you made up some shit. If immediately you made up some shit on why the fight ain't going, you made it up and told people, bro, come on, man. I can't agree for 1 second that it's everybody else. Why would I agree that it's everybody else instead of you? Like, you the one that's saying it. And over again, like, bro, it's these fighters are fighters. Why anybody got to be scared of Devin Haney? Why Devin? You feel me? Salute to you, Planet 619. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
Man, Duck Sandor Martin twice. He refused the damn unification fight and then refused to fight him again after he stupidly gave up the belt. I really think the one thing that a lot of Devin Haney fans hold on to when it comes to his boxing ability is that he's a good boxer. Once Devin fight another boxer and he schools him at any point, like y'all gotta give the person that beat him the respect of being a better boxer. And I don't think they want that to happen, especially with no damn Sandor Martin. I think he'll knock out Devin too, for real. Salute to you, Amber Queen. Yeah, I got that. Okay. Salute to you, Dodge J. What is popping with you? Say salute, can't wait for Brian Norman Jr. to put hands on Devin. I would love to see that. I'm telling you. I would love to see it. I don't think he would do it though. Like, I think Devin has been what he's all. One thing Devin has always been, well, not always, but for like ever since he had the type, like 2 fights after the WBC, bro, everybody been wanting to fight him. Devin has never been short on options, and he still has a lot just stepping into the welterweight division. I doubt he's gonna go after Brian Norman Jr. I believe he's gonna do what he always do and talk down on the best fighters in division. Stay away from everybody that can probably be any type of issue. Pick your fights wisely until the guy that you really want to fight becomes available. And that guy is going to fight Manny Pacquiao. So after Barrios fight Manny Pacquiao, expect Devin Haney to try to make a fight with Mario Barrios. And I don't think you're going to know about it. It's going to be a Regis Prograis type shit. He's going to go behind the scenes quietly. No disrespect going to be thrown, no shots. All right? It's going to quietly happen. And when we hear the fight happen, that's when all the disrespect will happen. That's when you're gonna get it in. You feel me? That's when you're gonna get it in. Devin and Vogue. Hold on. Hold on to your love. In New York, and he's been on Haney nuts ever since. Every day. Turned Muslim. Damn, Bright Star, really? They turned Muslim the same day Devin Haney fought in New York. Really? That was the best. That must have been the best performance he ever seen by anybody in the history of boxing. For you to change religion? Damn, did he meet Devin? That's crazy. Absolute madness. Salute to you, Thomas Hill. What is popping with you? Mr. Charm is in the house. What is popping with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Ryan had Devin tooting and flopping all over the ring. Norman would do Haney worse than Porter did Paulie. I honestly believe that. Or knock him slam out like he did similar to Jin. Because I don't think his chin can hold up to that shit. Jin Sasaki is a warrior. Like, for real. He got hit with a lot of shit in that fight. He really did in that small ass time period. He got hit with a lot of shit. Hellacious shit. But I don't understand how he would survive 12. Like, all that moving around the ring. Like, I seen dude cut off the ring before. Brian Norman Jr. know how to cut off the ring. Like, all I'm saying is he would have to fight Devin. I mean, Devin would have to fight Brian. It wouldn't look like him fighting Ramirez and him not getting hit because Brian's following him around the ring. I don't think that would happen. I really don't. Smart business. I saw Devin in training camp with Barrios. They know each other, I guess. Yeah, I remember I made that video and I gave it to, well, I went on Fadon channel and played that joint. But after Tank went up and beat Barrios at 140, they asked Devin about it. Like, it was a regular interview. They was asking Devin about his career and stuff like that. And you know how they always got to throw in the Tank questions just to stir some shit up. So he threw it in there and asked how did he think. He said, how do you think Tank looked in that fight versus Barrios? Because the fight was over. All right. He immediately said that, don't quote me. He basically said that Tank skipped 135 because he knew it was real smoke at 135. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Barrios is a nice guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? We sparred. He's a nice guy. So he admitted that he sparred Barrios, and he downplayed Barrios like he was some shit after Tank beat him because he didn't want to give Tank no props or whatever, I guess. But he basically said Tank was ducking 135. That's why he skipped it and fought Barrios. And Barrios was a cherry. That's what he said. He used that word. And he was built up just for that moment to lose to Tank. That's what he said. So, yeah. That's true. Cardio drills. Devin can't make 140 anymore and probably will try to fight Rolly at 147 for the WBA. I believe that. I believe Rolly more than Brian. I'm not believing no Brian Norman Jr. Rampage. I'm with that, though, Rampage. I see him trying to fight Rolly. And Rolly got to learn to cut off the ring his damn self, yo. I think he did. I think he knows, you know what I'm saying? But he's going to have to practice more, yo, and not try to headhunt. That's basically how you fight Devin. If Rolly really believes that Devin can't punch, you know what I'm saying? The same way he believed that Tank was stupid and he's gonna run into something, the way he went full steams ahead at Tank, if you do that with Devin, he gonna touch him. If he really believe it. But he also got to keep that hand up the way he did in the Ryan Garcia fight. And I don't think Rolly is an easy fight for Devin. I really don't. Don Trickham, what is good with you? Salute to you. AMC FSG is in the building. Rolly versus Barrios is next. PBC making that unification. Really? I thought Barrios was going to fight Manny Pacquiao. I thought that was really happening. That's why everybody on Manny, you know what, right now. You know what I'm saying? Try to say he look younger and turn back the age. And no, he don't. He does not look younger, bro. He looked like the same Manny Pacquiao that, but just aged a little bit. He don't look younger. I'm not trying to hear younger. People are wilding. But did he look younger? He turned back the time. No, the hell he didn't, yo. But I think beating Devin Haney, especially if Brian Norman beat him the way I think he is, that will grant him bigger paydays in the future. And the fact that Devin Haney is always asks for more money, it seems like he wants to get A-side benefits and advantages regardless of the situation. So it'll be no more outpricing himself, meaning Devin. He wouldn't be able to outprice himself if he really gets a knockout loss on his resume. You know what I'm saying? That's not overturned. Boot camp click. I'm talking after that fight. It's an easy in-house fight. Yeah. I would love to see. I want to see him fight somebody of substance. Like I always want to see somebody fight somebody that mirror themselves. But out of all the stuff that's been going on with Devin in the last 2 years, it seemed like, man, all I want is somebody in there that can cut off the ring and throw some punches, bro. Like, I can't even get that now. I need somebody to get up in the ring with him that can actually do something, not scary. Don't be scared for yourself. Go in there and do something. If I could turn back the hand time. Salute to Kamal Oz back in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you.
This is for the cool.
I got Blair Cobbs, Rolly, and Abel Ramos, KO, and Haney. Yo, I keep forgetting Ramos. Wait, yo. Oh, that's Abel Ramos. I'm thinking about the other Ramos. But okay. Kamal, you probably remember me saying this. I've been saying Kamal Oz beat Devin Haney for years. People have been laughing at me. People have been thinking that shit is funny. Yo, when people were saying that Adrian Broner was going to beat Blair Cobbs, I was like, you just feel bad for Adrian Broner. Y'all just feel sad for Adrian Broner. That's why you're saying that. You don't really mean it. You don't really mean it. Blair Cobbs moved too much. Listen, Blair Cobbs is, in my opinion, he can punch with both hands. He's an awkward moving fighter offensively and defensively. Okay. And he'll make it, he doesn't even really hold his hands up like that. You know what I'm saying? He'll make it look like you have a false sense of security, a false sense of real estate that you don't even actually have. And I seen them spar each other. I seen him spar. It's when I didn't know who Blair Cobbs was. Blair had red on. I remember he had like a red shirt on. It wasn't no bright lights in the gym either. The lights was job dim. Okay? He was playing with Devin Haney and that shit. He was talking shit. You can hear him talking shit. Devin Haney, Bill was very quiet in the corner. He was quiet. It was going in between rounds. He was playing with Bill. He was playing with Devin in that damn ring. Southpaw. Yeah, I remember that. I remember it was a light-skinned Southpaw dude that wouldn't stop talking. When Blair came out, that voice, that movement, that was him. And then he admitted to sparring Devin. That was him. That was him. He's not, no, bro. Blair hit too hard. People, you can sleep on Blair if you want to. It's the reason why he had the guts to wear that daggone superhero mask and take the picture for that Rocha fight that he lost. Man, he got guts, and that's really all you need. Hold on, let me see who that is. Playing. Yeah, people be rude as shit. You feel me? Rude as I don't know what. They hitting everybody buzzing because it's hot as a whore outside. It ain't my fault. Ain't my fault, bro. Should have took your keys. Riyadh season got a fights on the zone. I'm watching it. The joint is dry. It's whack as shit. That's why I'm not saying nothing about it. But yeah, I got Blair Cobbs getting that Devin Haney, man. I got him getting that Devin Haney, son. Oh yeah. I like that fight. That shit is fire. That's a fire fight. I like that. Devin Haney versus Blair Cobbs. I like it. That beetle, though, that was truly a monster beetle. Yo, I had to take that down. I did way too much cussing. But that jump scared me initially. What was I doing? I was dumping out a machine. And that joint was like right up on my foot. I was like, yo, what the fuck? It was moving all slow. I said, yo, I'm from the country. I've seen a lot of different insects in my day. Big ones, too. That joint, I ain't never seen nothing a quarter of that size. That shit was bigger than a 50-cent coin. Like I wish I could give you justice, but that shit was almost as big as my palm. It was ridiculous how big that fucking beetle was. Blair Cobbs to Tudo Ash. But Kabal would tap that. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, yo. Listen, Blair Cobbs is a good fighter. I'm telling you. He's not. Hold on. All right, that was my daughter. I answered that. She's down at my sister's house. I think they're going to go to Six Flags or something. Okay. But yeah, Blair is good, man. I'm not going to sleep on AB needed to go back to 140. Yo, I wasn't no way I was going to say Adrian Broner was going to beat Blair Cobbs. Are y'all serious? Rampage say Blair Cobbs didn't capitalize off the AB win. He did not. You're right. He didn't. No one is mentioning him, any opponent, potential fight matchups. Doesn't have anything to do with him signing to Don King. Was that a one-fight deal to fight Adrian Broner, or was it a multi-fight deal? Maybe we need to look into that being the issue or part of the issue. Sutu Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat talk, is in the building. What is popping with you, queen? What is good with you? I hope all is well with you, though, queen. Definitely. Wait. Sutu NBA D Nice. What is popping with you? Hope all is well with you. Max G is in the house. What is popping with you, sir? I don't know who Devin is going to fight next. Is the WBC mandatory for Barrios, and Rolly has Gustavo, whatever, mandatory. If Rolly and Barrio unify, Haney is a year, maybe 18 months away from a title. Shit. Salute to you, EJ20. In my honest opinion, yo, I remember what fighters said, and Devin Haney said when he come back, he's not fighting at any weight classes. The first thing I thought of is, okay, so you're not going to ever fight for another title? Because you got to fight at a weight class to fight for a title. Like, I don't know what Devin be on. It's like, for real, a lot of fighters say things that it's only true until a fighter isn't someone they have to fight them. When a fighter ain't in their way no more, then things change. You know what I'm saying? I guess things change. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's really going to happen. We know that somebody can be somebody's mandatory for years and not really get to fight. We know that somebody can be what do you call it? what's the word you call it when they tell you that you have a certain amount of time to fight somebody? Shit, they gave that shit to Triple G a couple times, and he still never fought the person that they was telling him to fight. You see what they doing to Devin? I mean, what's his name? David Benavidez. He was supposed to fight a bunch of people that they swindled his ass from fighting. Shit, he's supposed to fight Bivol, and they swindled him out of that. So who knows? Mandated. That's what it is. Don Drickham. Yes. Even if you mandated, they swindle their way out a lot of shit. I guess going to meetings and filing correct paperwork and money could change a lot of rules. I like it too. Devin got a lot of traction in around both weight classes, 140 and 140. So that's what I'm saying. For years, he's had that. For years, Devin has not. He's had a 99 problems, but having options has never been one. When it came to Devin Haney, that man has always had options to fight ever since he's had the first WBC title that he had at 135. The man's always got options. Speedy Rashidi Ellis and Haney is a 50-50 fight, maybe. But I think Speedy got some fast speed and fast hands. I think he can. I think he'll get to Haney as well. That'll be a very good fight, though. That'll be a good one. It's definitely Don King. Hold on. Yeah. I think he signed for a multi-fight deal because didn't both of them sign a Don King and then made the fight? Like, that's why they signed to him. Like, I don't know. Can't fully trust Don King. Chilling, Queen. On my way home. Definitely keep it safe, Queen. Unless Turkey pays step aside. Big money, right? Got to be big money, though, right? The Haneys criticized Tank for catch weights and rehydration clauses, but are doing the same thing. Hypocrites. Yeah, I think they've been hypocrites for a very long time, yo. A very long time. And a lot of people criticize Tank for rehydration clauses, but you see people purposely manipulating the weight, and he's a smaller guy, and he's probably the only guy that's really fighting in a weight class closer to his walk around weight than any of the people that's criticizing him. That's just a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face. Like they doing that shit because they want to get away with something. They got to get that extra advantage. Salute to you, Beat in Boxing News. What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, Jarrell. What is popping with you, King? I agree. Speedy and Haney is 60-40 in Ella's favor. Dang, my energy light came more. I need to get my charger. Haney will thoroughly outboxed. Hold on, let me get my charger. I need to fix this charger port over here. This shit is whack. It's like real loose. Anything I put in there be loose as hell when I put it in there. I think it's charging though. Yeah. Salute to you, family thing, and it's definitely appreciate you in the super chat with the super sticker.
This is for the cool.
Excuse me. Salute to you. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, Mike Biggs. Boxing. What is popping? What's good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, ATX 41 Red in the house. What is popping with you, King? Say my man's. Okay. All right, look. What is I at? Damn. I'm knocked over my daggone drink. Hold on. Okay. Real quick, tonight. Let's get that out the way real quick. It's a long ass card on ESPN. It's a card on. Let me turn this back on. My phone call, everything turned off. Let me turn this DAZN dry ass card back on. Okay. But it's a long ass card on ESPN Plus. Is Vito Malmicnicki, or whatever his name is, Jr. He's going to be fighting somebody. He is headlining the whole card. Card long as hell. It's like 10 fights or more or some shit. But it's a 10-round fight at middleweight. Can somebody tell me why does he keep headlining fights? Now, I like Vito Malmicnicki. Like, I like him. You know what I'm saying? He's not all of that. That's why I'm asking why he keep headlining. I know he got a big following and stuff like that, but why does he keep getting all of these good, you know what I'm saying? Why he keep headlining? Like Vito? Salute to you, GD. What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. But on that card, Jahil Tucker is on that card, and he's going to be fighting Lorenzo Simpson. And that is the fight that's right before the co-main event, I believe. And Brandon Lee is back. He's on that card too. He's still fighting at 140 pounds. He fights right before Tucker and Simpson. I thought Brandon, like, I was unaware that Brandon Lee was still fighting. Like, he just disappeared. The last time I seen him, he fought Pedro Campo, and he won by unanimous decision. But that was like in 2023, I think. You know what I'm saying? I was unaware he fought last year. It was only one time. He fought in July, but he's on his undercard. He's still at 140. His record is 29-0 with 23 knockouts. Now, this is why I was bringing up Brandon Lee a lot. It's because it's like these people at 140 is walking around with fights in the 20s. Like, they have 20-some fights, and they're undefeated. They're undefeated fighters. Like, these people are, regardless of, that's what I'm saying, regardless of how good somebody is, bro, you can't have 20-some fights and fought in the States for years and no losses. And you got 20-some knockouts. Like, a lot of these fighters that people be saying that they got good resumes and shit, they fight people with losses. They fight people that's probably got one loss or no losses, but they got like, they probably, their record be like 27-1 with like 9 knockouts. Like, bro, dude is 29-0 with 23 knockouts. Brandon Lee, like, somebody to put him on their resume. Like, for real. Put that man on your resume, for real. For real. It's people still at 140. It's still some names at 140. That's why I was talking about Keyshawn Davis at 140, bro. It's people to fight to actually get around the tough fights and still, like, have 2 years worth of work. It's crazy, but it's true. Salute to you, PBC, getting ESPN again. I don't know. I don't really know. He decent boxer. He cool white. Yeah, he cool. Chuck gonna stop Jihad. I was thinking if anybody gonna get stopped is Jihad. I don't think Tucker can stop Lorenzo Simpson. I don't. I think it'll be a good fight, and I don't know who's gonna win it though. I really don't. They have two really totally different styles, for real. Dick Glazier keeps lying about PBC, but I will have ESPN Prime and TNT. Damn, you have TNT? That's what's up. Salute to you, whatchamacallit. What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Vito is rare type of fighter from white Dominican. Yeah, it's usually a UK type demo. Yeah, you make a good point, because I got to know who Vito was because he kept talking about Tank in interviews. Like, he'll talk about himself, but you know how people do that post, how content creators post videos. They'll have a whole interview for 15 minutes about a fighter, and they'll ask a question about Tank. That answering question will all be 15 seconds long in a 15-minute video, but the whole title of the shit would be like, Vito Malmicnicki says that Tank is blah 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 blah, and that's the fuck it. So you'll look at the 15-minute video like, yo, what's you know what I'm saying, and you're in 14 minutes and 30 seconds into that bitch, there go what he says about Tank. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got to know who Vito was, and clicking on his videos and his little interviews and shit, because he's always been speaking high about Tank, because he used to train with him ever so often when he was younger, and Tank was already in the gym. And he said he looked up to Tank in the boxing gym, not nowhere else, but in the gym, because Tank was so talented or whatever. He was, and Vito was coming up and younger and trying to start, getting his grounds into it or whatever the fuck he said. But so I gave him a chance, you know what I'm saying? I think he came out at welterweight or some shit, 154, welterweight or something, and he lost. Like, he used to go life and death with people that really wasn't doing much, you know what I'm saying? Somebody have a good one too, you know what I'm saying? They keep throwing it all over again. Every round they keep getting caught with it and shit. That's Vito. That's Vito, you know what I'm saying? And then he lost to somebody that was like a no name, you know what I'm saying? And he said it was the way he moved up. But he really hasn't fought nobody that's a name like his whole career. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's the only reason why I say that. I like Vito though, I really do. But that's just how I feel. Yeah, they doing Brandon Lee kind of spacey, but I also think he was going to some kind of college as well. Maybe that's what it is, then, champ. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, Devin can fight him. It would be under the umbrella of a light touch. No, maybe. I guess. Brandon Lee should fight near Albright. Why? Why Albright? They got history. Still mad, man. PBC released Brandon Lee and Vito. Oh. Once that Davis smoke. Yeah, yo. And that's all respect go out to near Albright, yo. All respect for just wanting the fair one in the ring for some money, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to rematch, respect, and not wanting to do anything more as far as legal or otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Salute to him for that. Vito, Joey Spencer, Sammy Vat. Yeah. I already knew what you was right when you said Joey Spencer. I could have guessed what the rest of what the fuck you was going to write was, man. Yeah, I feel that. Come on, we agree 1,000%. Damn near all the time on everything. I agree. I said that because Brandon hasn't fought nobody. That's true. He hasn't. I agree with you. Man. But I just didn't realize. But I agree with you. He hasn't fought nobody. He fought Pedro Campo. That was the last person I seen this man fight. And that one dude that dropped the shit out of his ass. I really didn't even know who he was, you know what I'm saying, when he did it. Plan to say, yeah, Lee just graduated from college and he's with Frank Warren apparently. Oh, well, that is what's up. That's what's up, having a backup plan. That is what's good, yo. Shout out to Brandon Lee. He's still about to get beat though. He still looked like a piece of meat up there at 140. And he threw a lot of punches. Hey, he'd fight like Kamel Moulton, all steams ahead shit. Excuse me. Similar to Kamel. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, speaking of Kamel Moulton, I seen Zaquan Moses and Kamel Moulton. They got beef. What's beef? Beef is when, girl, listen. I don't see that fight happening. I don't see that shit. They can be in each other's face all the fuck they want. That fight is not going down. You heard me. They're not fighting. I don't see that shit happening. It's too soon. And they're not in the same weight class. Is the bottom line, bruh. I don't know why people think that shit don't matter. It do. Weight classes matter. And I'm not saying weight classes matter because one person might get fucked up. I'm just saying weight classes matter because they're not going to make the fight. That fight is not going to be made. Both of them are on their own planes. They got the people that invested in these people. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people don't think deeply into stuff. It's a reason why a lot of people that want to be professional athletes cannot be. And it's not because they're not talented enough. Okay? You got to look deeper into this. People put money, hard work, blood, sweat, and tears into both of their careers. All right? Like they put money into Zaquan Moses, into his career, into his future, and they want to fucking return on investment. Every fighter, every person that's putting out for a fighter, all of these management and managers and shit and promoters, they want to return on investment. Damn it, that's what's popping. They're not going to have them fight each other. It's not a reason for it. Both of them are. Zaquan is looking good. I keep saying he's looking good. You know, Top Rank don't play that shit. Top Rank is gonna move his ass real nice, like at 130 pounds, man. That man got 10 fights of highlight fighters before he fight anybody close to a Carmel Moulton. That's not gonna happen. And Carmel Moulton ass got his own trajectory, his damn self. They got his own plans for him. And they in two different weight classes. It's not gonna happen, pimping. And it'll be real nice. But that's why I put that picture up there. Since they've been pro, they sparred each other. That's what that is. They was pros in that fight. I mean, in that picture. They sparred each other. They ain't clueless. And besides fighting in the amateurs, they sparred each other as pros. They're not clueless. But every good fight needs a build up, but I really don't think they're going to meet. Like Carmel Moulton is a small guy. He might be a little thick, you know what I'm saying, but he's short and stuff like that. And Moses is kind of getting big quick. Like I don't think they're going to be in the same weight class. I don't think that shit going to happen. I just don't. Yeah, shout out to Brandon Lee. Baby Bull Diaz. He went to law school. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Still too raw. They could ruin one another. Yeah. I don't see it happening, pimping. I don't. Turkey doesn't care about weight classes. Nah, he don't. Turkey is clueless, yo. He'll care about nothing, yo. He act like this is back in the Roman times and they gladiators, bro. It's a gladiator sport, but we mean that figuratively, not literally. They don't do the same shit that gladiators did back in the day, bro. Like if they fight how they want to fight. And back in the gladiator days, nigga, you had to fight to death. And you had to fight to the crowd's liking or be put to death. This ain't the same shit. You can't stone these motherfucking fighters in the ring because you don't like what the fuck you see. He be tripping. There's one thing I did. I agreed with the first part of what Turkey said when he said, I don't want to watch Tom and Jerry fights with one fighter is running and the other fighter is chasing. I agree with that. Everything after that, that's his feelings. But I agree with that first part. He in his feelings about everything he said. But that first part, all of us agree with because we sit, watch a fight, and during the fight and after the fight, we tweet about it, go on social media, make lives, and argue about how come that dude didn't know how to cut off the ring, bro. I watched 12 rounds of him chasing the fighter. We don't even like watching it. So all of us agree we don't want to watch Tom and Jerry fights. He just in his feelings saying what the fuck he said. But no, all fighters should know how to cut off the ring. That's something all of us talk about as fans. We don't want to see that. We want to see you cut off the ring. If one fighter's running, fine. But the other fighters should know how to cut off the ring. None of us want to see what we just seen with Devin and Ramirez, one fighter moving around the ring and the other fighter chasing. Like we don't want to see it. He's right with that part. Everything else was everything else. Salute to you, D1. What is popping with you? Angry? What is good? The Turk said no running in the ring, and he handing out KO bonuses. Yo, I'm gonna get to that shit. I'm gonna get to that. Turk acts like boxing is fight night. The video game on Xbox 360, you laughing my ass off. That's a fact. That is how you act. It's not a game. You can't play boxing, sir. Somebody need to actually spar his ass, yo. Get his little skinny ass shoulders in the ring, big wide ass head with that evil ass shape up, and see what the fuck Turkey got. See what his excellency got when it comes to throwing them hands. High key, that's a homepage to all things Tank. Are you crazy as hell? Is you? Yo. The throw rocks at these motherfuckers. Yo, Turkey desperately wants Tank, just like Eddie Hearns did. Actually, Even more. Yeah, Teddy. Yeah. I agree. Turkey wants Tank. That's why he keep bringing him up. He don't gotta keep bringing. He said no, and that's it, and that's all. You keep bringing him up because you do want him, but you don't want to bow down at all. You want all the fighters to bow down to you. Now Tank ain't taking that approach. He taking the opposite approach, and he don't like that shit. He really don't, yo. I think, somebody with money that's not used to getting told no, they can be a very petty and evil and jealous or envious person to the person that's telling them no. Anytime anybody would tell me, or I would get wind of him saying that, oh, Tank, somebody took his fight date, I already know it's his ass behind it. He doing something. He moving chess pieces because he mad. That's what rich people do. Like carbonated water. Turkey got Bud and Canelo sitting side by side like their marriage counseling. That shit was whack. When I seen that table, I was like, oh, that food look good. But damn, like I was like, what's going on here? We're gonna get to it. Real rap, he done did his excellency with an excellent jab or left hook right. Fuck Turkey. It's gonna be a sad day when he walks away, and all these overplayed bitches made boxers can't find a payday. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's gonna hold hands in the issue. Right. It's gonna happen eventually. That Tom and Jerry episode where Tom was trying to get his sack on. It was singing. Oh my God, yo. Turk would pay $100 million to hold Tank, and that's facts. Hold hands with Tank. All right, Canelo versus Bud. All right, I'm gonna tell you the things that I heard. I heard that Canelo don't want no trash talk. Let's talk about that real quick. Now, I always thought that Canelo. Matter of fact, fuck what I think. It's been proven. You know what I'm saying? That Canelo want everybody to be respectful to him. We've seen it time after time with all the people that fight him. Usually, people are very respectful to Canelo when they get their fight. They're just very happy to be here, and they don't say much. You know what I'm saying? When you do get out of line, like Caleb Plant did, he took it very seriously. You know what I'm saying? He got very mad at it. And when David Benavidez talked trash, he said he ain't gonna fight him because he talks disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? So him saying that he don't want no trash talk is nothing new. But in separate interviews, both fighters are gonna do what they do and say things to get under the other fighter's skin. So Canelo and both of these Bammers got to sit there and watch interviews just to get wind of what he's going to be saying about him to the media, because he ain't going to say it in the press conferences dry. That shit whack as shit. That shit is whack. They made videos for weeks when Tank had BM problems. Not a single peep from. Yo, listen, it's a lot that I can say about Devin Haney's situation, Bright Star. I had a channel called The Liquor Spot and another channel previously that I called, a show I called The Love and Sports. Both of those channels I talked about boxing, and I talked about relationships after. And I could say so much. I could go live on what Devin put on social media for the people to see. Now, the things that happened with Tank, I have to say, Tank didn't put on social media and air out his business, ever. Every time anything happened with Tank outside of boxing that people wanted to talk about, the news put out, or the person that was claiming to be a victim put out. Tank never went on any platform and started talking about his business that he so-called don't want fans or any other people to talk about. That's just foolish. But that's what Devin did. Devin went on social media to talk about his baby mother. And to say, I wanted to keep, the first thing he said is, I wanted to keep this off social media. Now, I didn't want to talk about this because, like I said, I could say a lot. So let me just say this. Whenever you purposely And I've been telling people for years, I will never feel sorry for anybody that got what they wanted in this life. This man Devin gets what he wants. He got what he wanted in this woman. It's been a known fact, and people say this about men. Might not be true about every single one, every single man, but it's definitely true about men. They can be with a woman that everybody in the world would die to have. They would love to have her. But they would cheat on that same woman with a woman that had sex with everybody on this planet. Now, being that Devin knew exactly who that girl was before he put a ring on it, and before he wanted to be the father of her child, seeing what he's seen with Young Thug or whatever the rapper name is, all of that. He bought her. He rewarded her of what I heard and bought her a car after that got out that she visited him in jail and all of that. You're setting yourself up for failure. What I will say, he purposely wanted this. This is the same dude. First person we ever heard him getting with was China, the girl that, like I said, wasn't China somebody that was with everybody, that had a child with the Kardashian brother. She was with everybody. First person we heard Devin was with was her. And he was what, 18, 19? This ain't nothing new. Well, let me say this, yo. Anytime you purposely go with a girl that considers herself a bad bee, talks like she a bad bee, or want to be respected or looked at as a bad, you know what? If she only dates people with money and you have money, right when you put a ring on it and then put a baby, you got a baby with her, she's not going to start wanting not to get things that she was getting before she was single. Before she got with you, she going to want to continue that life because you got money just like everybody else that had money that she was with. So being that Devin buys a Mueller or expensive watch every time he has a fight, if you with a bad B, FYI, to the people that don't know, whatever you spend on yourself, a fraction of that you're going to have to spend on her, or it's going to be an issue. So for him saying that he tired of spending money or paying her to see his son, if you was already greasing her elbow, you wouldn't have to pay her to see your son. And you're going to have to grease a bad bitch's elbow, regardless of if you married to her or whatever the case may be, because that's what you chose. You chose to date somebody that only dates rich people. If she see you out here spending 6 figures every month whenever you feel like it, and she don't got no money, she about to drag your ass to court. I'm gonna get off of that. All right. Because I've talked about Tank's situations, and you can't tell me I can't talk about this situation because Tank don't put his situations on blast. Other people do. And we talk about it anyway in a very unknowledgeable way. But this right here, he put out for everybody to talk about. He put it out for everybody to talk about. Like, seriously. But let's get back to boxing, Brian. Let's get back to boxing. Z-Side, Bud, and Canelo Alvarez is a forced fight. It's not big, not the biggest fight in boxing, like it's being billed as. Nothing is neutral. I mean, it's natural. Turkey made this, and it's a cash grab. Nothing more. I'm gonna get back to that. Salute to you, Felix Nunes. What is popping with you? Niggas was looking for a pity party, but when you a star sentenced with "I don't want to do this," but right, your ass did, right? He didn't. He wanted the narrative to change about his sexuality, bro. Nah, man, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. Like when you put your feelings out on you subject yourself to for anybody to think whatever the fuck they want to think. Whatever they want to think. I was just messing with you, always calling him Z-Side. She'd jump off. Bro, like, you married her. You married her. She was getting money for being a jump off. So she landed a jackpot. Like, for real, yo. I don't understand how is it hard for men not to get this. If y'all really want to put money on, like, bro, it's obvious. You can see a man get mad at a woman for saying that, oh well, your elbows is a little ashy, and he'll talk to her until he make her cry. But let that same woman see that shit. Let a different woman see that shit, and she a baddie, she a dime. She can talk about him, his mother, his daughter, how he looked. He gonna sit there and be like, nah, man. I mean, once you get to know me, like, it's a lot of soft ass, sorry ass, the flesh is weak face ass dudes out this joint. For real. Once women see that shit and then they put all their time, energy, and money into the way they look and don't give a fuck about if they dogs or whatever, and then I'm telling you, these demons out here look good as a bitch. They purposely looking good. They just trying to land a man with money. And it fucking works. So I'm not sorry for how anybody gets treated. Vice versa. When girls go out here doing the most, just trying to land a rich one, men ain't sorry for them when the rich man that they landed is an abuser, a womanizer, a pervert. Nobody feels sorry for her. But hey, you wanted a guy with money. Y'all don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for nobody. I'm not going to take sides and be like, oh, I'm for the women or I'm for the men. No, I'm for myself. I don't feel sorry for nobody that get what they want in this life. Nobody. You purposely wanted that, you got that, regardless of whatever baggage it comes with. You purposely got that, you got that, regardless of whatever baggage it comes with. That's just the bottom line of how I look at this shit. Forget it. She into the money. She just think you a simp. I mean, hey. And the last thing she said in tweeting was, Devin, I'll see you in court. I bet. Like, how did you not see it coming? How did you not see that shit coming? All of these stories of rappers or athletes having problems with their baby mothers, and you hear people go live about it saying that she just wanted his money. How did you not know? How do anybody not know what the play is? These women that's out here purposely spending all their time and energy on the way they look, and then they always talk about money. Don't be surprised when you got to flip all the bills. And if you don't, you're going to get dragged. And no, nobody should feel sorry for you, bro. You got exactly what you wanted. Regardless of the baggage, you got what you wanted. And it's not like these women are hiding who they are. They let you know they for the bag immediately when they meet you. His dad had him in the strip club. Oh my God, yo. I'm mad that he got me even talking about this because I wasn't going to talk about it. Yo, that's not, you saying that is not true. It's not, the women that out here don't think that. Only women that has six figures think that. But it's women out here that don't have six figures that's better than the women that you think that are bad bitches, and they claim they're bad bitches. And there's not no men out here that's gonna say that they're not because they look like one. Men are physical creatures, and these men ain't out here getting six-figure women. And if they are out here getting six-figure women on purpose, that's what you getting on purpose. Then why did she ever ask for money from you in the first place? If she has six figures, why the fuck does she need your money? Hold on. My daughter blowing me up. She blowing me up. Jump off indeed. Say apply. I got a bad bitch. Had her for 26 years. Devin got with that hoe, married her, and had a baby within 18 months. Certified goofy. Bill fancies himself a player, but raised a native. Kate Goofy said, who every public companion is a 304. What a failure. Oh my God, yo. What is good with you, Andre Noble? What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you. Every Sim's favorite area code. Good, right. Oh my goodness. People do not fundamentally change who they are. Exactly. They ain't changing for your whole ass. Hello, 50. Ah, juicy fruit. Yo, but let me get back to this Canelo Alvarez shit. Damn. Whew. Let me get back to this Canelo shit. But yeah, I'm not surprised that you can't talk trash, but it's making the fight, it's making the build up kind of trash, especially after the last two Canelo fights was kind of failed in my opinion, especially the last one, yo. But I also heard Bud promised to KO Canelo. Canelo promised to KO Bud too, but Bud has promised to knock out Canelo Alvarez. What do y'all think about that? Canelo Alvarez never been wobbled, let alone dropped, and he definitely never been stopped. What do y'all think about Bud stopping Canelo? And then I'm gonna ask you again later. What do y'all think about that? Y'all think he can do it? Y'all think that that Bud got what it takes? He said that he got the blueprint to stop Canelo. That's what he said. And please hit that like button. Hell nah. Yo, it's just a hard, it's something, man, that's a hard task to complete. You feel me? That is a hard one right there. Like, I don't know, man. You can have the blueprint, you can have what it takes. Besides, I mean, but I don't know if you can weather Canelo's storm, or if you punch hard enough to do exactly what you're saying. You can outbox that man, but that doesn't mean that you're going to outbox him to a stoppage. Like, that's different. Who has the better chin? Salute to Thrill Hill. What is good with you, man? What is good? We already know Canelo got that leather face. We seen it. Like, Bud got too much neck. His head, he don't got no chin like Canelo, little short neck, heavy ass. He don't got that. Canelo been taking punches from people at 160 and heavier for how many years? Let me look it up. Hold on. Hold on, man. How long has Canelo Alvarez been taking 160-pound punches? How many years? Let me see. Canelo been taking big pop. Canelo first fight was Cesar Chavez at 164 in 2017. After that, it was Golovkin. He fought at 160 at 2017 and been at 160, 168, 160, 175, 168, 168, 175. This is, bruh. He been taking pot for 8 years straight. Holla at me. Canelo been taking punches for 8 years straight. He done fought Triple She, SHE, Triple She. It's like he fought, I made that up. He used to call him that though, but he fought Triple G twice. He fought Crusher Kovalev. He fought Jacobs. Bruh fought punchers. And he got hit by these guys. Like, Canelo Alvarez been taking punches for 8 years from bigger opposition. Bud has been doing this for how long? How long? Sutu slogan 1, AMCFSG is in the building. It might be a good fight. If the scientists put together the right stuff, he can do it. Yeah, we're going to get to that too. Struggle with Majimov. And if Triple G couldn't drop him, then Bud definitely ain't hitting that man like that. Yep. And if he does, that snack gonna be, that's a different pack of snack. Salute to you, Roger. What is good with you, King? Canelo versus Bud. would be the biggest finesse in modern boxing glorified sparring match. Hopefully not. Oh my gosh. Injection right in his chin. Snack gonna hit different for this fight. I'm telling you. Said anyone in the WBC rankings could be taking clenbuterol as long as it's within their threshold. Yeah, but you gotta live in Mexico. If you have a house in Mexico, or you live in Mexico, or you fight out of Mexico, then you're allowed a certain amount of it in your system. They say it's just the meat out of Mexico. So anybody that eat food and they live in Mexico, they're allowed a certain amount of clenbuterol in their piss, in their system or whatever. Triple duck, right? I don't see Canelo getting stopped, but I can see Bud doing a mix of Lara and Floyd. I can see that too, yo. What do y'all think? What would you think, and what would you say if Bud went in there and started fighting like William Skoll did? Triple D, duck. What would you say if Bud went in there and started William Sculling? What would you say? Bud not taking the tune up and essentially going up 3 divisions without acclimating to the division is proof it's a cash grab because he is playing it safe. I'm telling you, Canelo versus Bud is a scam. Hold on. Jamel been going to Mexico and eating their meat and never test positive. Right, facts. Hey, that's a fact though, yo. If Bud gets clipped, Canelo might try to body him. Yeah, man. Listen, if Bud go in here and hit Canelo 100 times of power shots, is it possible that he can hurt Canelo? Of course it is. Of course it is. But do I really see that happening? Do I see him hitting him flush all of those times to build up that much? 50 times, if that. Do I see him hitting Canelo 50 times without it being touched by, bouncing off one of Canelo gloves and then hitting Canelo? Do I see 50 flush shot? Do I see 25 flush shot? Do I see those flush punches hitting Canelo and hitting him in a such a repercussion of hits? Such a drum-filled bunch of hits that it just overcomes Canelo and drops Canelo? Hell no, I don't see it. I do not see that shit. Is it possible for him to outbox Canelo? Yes, it is. People said that William Skoll outboxed him. Did he run around the ring? A lot of people saying that too, but people are also saying he outboxed him. Your own Shakur Stevenson tweeted, look, I'm not saying he's not running about Canelo, about Skoll. He said, I'm not saying Skoll is running, but if he was the A side, he would win doing this. That's what he said. I'm not trying to see Bud go in there, run around the ring and win. I'm not trying to see that shit. I heard he vowed to stay there and fight in the middle of the ring, kind of like he did with Majimov. That's what I need to see, and that's what he need to do in order to claim victory over Canelo, in my opinion. I think Canelo's still the A side, regardless of how many accomplishments Bud has. Bud is B side buddy, for real. But hold on. This fight may be a fictional play in the ring. Hopefully, it's not an act, a drama act. Hopefully, it's not Lord of the Rings. Hopefully, it's not the fight is a scam. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Because Canelo Alvarez should have fought a bunch of other people already. Like, bruh, that's what I'm saying, yo. And Bud saying this fight would lead him in boxing Rushmore history or whatever. Whatever you call it. Rushmore. Man, Canelo ain't the same guy he was when he fought Floyd. He's not the same guy 10 years after he fought Floyd. You know, people talked about a list of reasons why Bud would beat him, and it was all negative things about Canelo. I always say the longer that list goes, the more credit I'm going to take away from your fighter. You can think however you want to think, but if your list is too front and page long, front and the back page long of all the things this fighter doesn't have and how bad it is. That's why my fighter wins. All of those reasons are the same reasons on why I'm going to discredit your win. How good is Canelo if all of these reasons is about, oh, he's over it. He's this. His leg is bad. And they're like, all right, bro. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Measure the true value of Canelo. Hence the bigger fight with Benavidez. He ain't never fighting Benavidez. That's why I can't respect it. I can't respect it fully. I can't respect nothing fully because Benavidez will never get his respect. It's because people ducking him. Like for real, David Benavidez should be in the boxing history, the Rushmore. Like he should be in that bitch. Not saying Bud don't deserve to be in there, but the person that deserve it is David Benavidez. People just ducking him, and sanctioning bodies are allowing it. Fucking management is allowed. Promoters are allowing it. Roger said the dinner picture, the Netflix broadcast was a dead giveaway. The undercard is going to be way better than the main event. Mark my word. I definitely agree with you there. I agree with you with that. Most people. DKSAB, what's that? I'm old. I don't know what that is. What you think concerning Canelo is not an all-time great, so beating him does not make you a Mount Rushmore fighter. Thank you. How many people has he ducked? Exactly. So Bud beat a damaged Earl and Canelo, who is overhyped. Two guys. All right? Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I remember when they was asking Roy Jones about Bud. He was like, man, shoot, I know Bud's the greatest. I know this. He was bigging him up, and he was like, shit, I seen what he did with the Ray Beltrans of the world. I seen what Bud did with the Gamboas of the world. I said, did this motherfucker just say Ray Beltran and Gamboa? Really? Really, Roy Jones? That shit blew the shit out of me. I remember making a video about it. I went so hard on that video, I had to delete it. I think it does. And it will be Canelo's last. And I think they're using this fight to gauge the value of Canelo and his ability to sell a fight. And Mark, you might be right with that. You might be right. You might be right. It's impossible for Bud. That's what he claiming. That's what he claiming, Angry. He said that in the interview. I seen the short. I didn't see no interviews of his, but I did see that short. Ray Beltran is an all-time great. Yeah, I guess so, man. And Gamboa. But I remember when Ray Beltran and Bud fought, Ray Beltran wasn't shit. When that fight happened, he wasn't shit. Real talk. He wasn't nothing. Let's talk about Eddie Cartel Reynoso's gym. The Juice Crew. FBI needs to investigate it. Only clean fighter there is Frank Sanchez. Bruh, I think that shit is in the vapors. It's in the oxygen. That shit is in the air. Or no bullshit. It's somebody that go to the gym and set these fighters up when they're not looking. Something got to be going the fuck on, man. I can't even sit here and say that fighters go to Reynoso's gym because he the plug. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like whenever you want to cheat, you got to give a few months of rent to Eddie Reynoso, and then he'll let you see his menu. You know what I'm saying? And see what he can cook up for you, bro. That's what the fuck it looked like. And it's hard for me to believe that. I don't think all these fighters are purposely doing shit, because it's starting to look awfully bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like this stuff that's happening in the news, it stays there. People know about it. Like I know y'all know Eddie Reynoso's history. You know what I mean? You see T.O. keep going in and out of that gym and shit like that. Like, bruh, it's a bad look. It's all around not good. Salute to you, Creole. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Jones may have been puffing on that old Florida key lime green. Damn. Don't know shit about boxing. Okay, bet. I'm remember that. Watch Caleb Smith and Canelo and let me know how Crawford will fight him differently. He had height and length of Canelo. Bruh, I like Caleb Smith. That's one guy from the UK that I actually like. I like watching him fight. I like this last fight that he had with What's the black guy that he fought? I can't remember his name off top of my head for right now, but that was a good ass fight. That was one of the more entertaining fights on the card. Real shit. And shit, you right. He's taller, more lengthier than Bud. You know what I mean? And Canelo got on the inside, but that's what people are saying. Thrill Hill, Canelo ain't that guy no more, and he's not. Canelo don't move like that no more. But I believe Canelo got a little bit more in the tank, so we're gonna see what's up. El Chapo boxing, no bullshit, yo. He is the plug, no bullshit, yo. Oh my god, Big old Bentley is a spaceship. Call me on the phone, I don't say shit. I make money when I talk. Bruh, plug walk. I don't even understand how to for my plug talk. Pick him up in the space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. In the air ducts. No bullshit, yo. That shit is in the vapors. That shit is in the air. And you're gonna get some of these drugs, regardless if you're in there, you getting it. Get this pack right. No bullshit. But yeah, that's what it is, EJ20. That's what it is. That's what it is. That was a good fight, yo. I liked it. I was entertained by that. Got a chin, yeah. That shit was on display, that fight, too, yo. He was tapping the shit out of Buisa's chin. No bullshit. I love seeing Better BF destroy Callum Smith after corporate media hyped him up. They said Callum has never been hurt or knocked down, and Arthur Nally. He really, I didn't know that. I didn't know well, probably at that time, maybe he hasn't been hurt or knocked down, but he annihilated him. Canelo gave Smith Popeye's arms. Yeah, and that's what I think is gonna happen to Canelo arms. I mean, Bud arms. If Bud don't plan on throwing punches when Canelo is throwing punches, his forearms and elbow is gonna get tacked. You hear me? Every time he throw punch, and that's another thing. Bud trunks be up to his nipple. All you see is the two small top little abs. And then you see the start of Bud Trunks. Bud Trunks always be hella high like a girdle for all of his fights, damn near. All the weight classes. His trunks be high as hell, bro. I know he better not come in high trunks with Canelo. Canelo love throwing body shots. That fucking that ref fuck around and point to Crawford's nuts. Like this is fair. High ass trunks. Oh bullshit. Better BF rock Callum's world. Yeah, he did. Better BF is a hitter though. That dude be hitting Joshua Buasi. Bought Joshua Buasi. I thought it was 84. For Caleb David Benavidez would run him over though. I got David Benavidez as pound for pound. David Benavidez is the best. That's why I'm so mad and nobody's trying to give him respect because he don't have accolades or accomplishments. That's why I've been saying for the last 5 years that accolades is a dirty word. And that's why I don't give a fuck about accomplishments because only opportunity leads to accomplishments. Only opportunity leads to accolades. David Benavidez has zero opportunity. If he had the opportunity, he would have accomplishments. He would have accolades. He would be number one pound for pound. He'd be number 10 and Bud be number 1. When I bring up them fighting each other and him saying that I brung up the fact that Bud got to fight David if he want to be number 1, and people were saying that I was wrong solely because they know Bud won't fight David or they know Bud won't beat David. That's not David's fucking problem. That's the bottom line. It's not David's problem, bro. David's that guy. I'm not trying to hear about nothing else. David's that guy. Real talk. He fought him. I got you. Canelo Alvarez is already up 5 rounds to none to the judges' scorecards. Real talk. Those belts don't mean dick. Who can beat David? Right. No. Right. Fucking out of here. Nah, it's fact. I'm telling you, like it's David's that guy, though. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going to have this conversation again. But after I said 2 months after I said that shit and everybody disagreed with me, somebody asked David Benavidez, will you go down to 160 to fight Bud if he beats Canelo? He said yes. So make the fight or Bud ain't number one. Fuck that. Everybody trying to duck my guy. Stop ducking David. Man, Crawford, no. He doesn't want no smoke with nobody. Wants smoke with David. Yo, do you know how unfair it is, though, Thomas Hill? He can't be on nobody list because nobody want to fight him. Everybody know nobody want to fight him, but nobody want, like, shit. It's like a lose-lose, man. Jeez, lose all around the board. Everybody, he just turning in circles. Everybody's saying no, even the fans, and everybody knows what the truth is. Especially after that ish that went down with his brother and his father, right? Okay, but all right, let's carry it on with this Canelo talk. But they was both promised to knock out each other. I also heard that there is a KO bonus for the fight, like the man said earlier in the chat. Facts. There's a KO bonus for their fight. That is giving ample energy to them both coming in, wanting to get it in, if you understand what I'm saying. And I like it. I like the KO bonus. I think the KO bonus should stay. I think that's the best thing that Turkey has implemented in the sport of boxing. That is the best thing he said and did for the sport of boxing as a whole. I always thought that it was awesome that there was a KO, a knockout bonus in MMA, and it gave them extra motivation, and they were extra happy when they got that shit. I think in boxing that shit is needed because you will make fighters that's already have that heart to go hard, those fighters that already got that pop. You'll make certain fighters just want to go that extra mile, and having that in the back of your head, having it an actual rule in the sport of boxing will even have fighters training harder, eating better, just being better in the sport for real. Like, I just think it's fire. I understand people are looking at it like, oh, it's dangerous. The sport's dangerous enough. Man, for real, you supposed to want to knock your opponent out anyway, and that's because you want to maximize your value in the sport, bro, in all ways, shape, and forms and fashion through fans and fighters alike, promotional companies, managers, and everybody. That's what you want to do. So I'm with it. I'm with that shit. I'm actually with it. Me and William Old School had our pound for pound show last night, and Angry White Man. I got David Benavidez as number one pound for pound. Yeah, he is, in my opinion. I can see Devin fighting David. Nah, sanctioning bodies are corrupt. Let Canelo duck not only Benavidez, but also Morrell, but let him fight Bumlonga. Z-side Bud moves ahead of Billy exactly. Polanco, I don't know if Polanco is ready. Polanco is ready, but I like that fight too. Not Polanco. What's his fucking name? Oh, I forgot how to pronounce it for right this second. Iglesias. Yo, that dude is nasty. His hooks be super stupid, yo. And the SMWs who put in the work. Man, I like Morrell. I still like Morrell, even though after his loss and after he man got heart, bro. Even after his loss to David, I fuck with. See, y'all gotta give respect to the people that step in with David because ain't nobody else want to do it. Big Turk and Advocator, autocorrect, retarded today. The fuck, me too. They're gonna be dope and harder, right? Salute to DOGG215 is in the building. What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. What's his first? Diego damn. Pachenko. Jesus. That's how you pronounce it. Fuck. Salute to you, Royal Constrictor. What is good with you? Again, Riyadh season is over. Morrell is fighting a Russian KO artist. Oh, shit. I love it. Nah, Morrell looked real good. Most people had him getting cooked. And he fought real good. Real amenable. Yeah. He fought real good, yo. I liked it, yo. Like he had respect goes out to these fighters. It really do. Respect go out to them. But yeah, we're gonna get to it. The extra KO for the bonus is gonna put that extra umph in it. But I also heard that there is no weight clause. That is the biggest one for me. There's no weight clause. No weight clause, and there's no rematch. Winner takes all. Loser sits the fuck down and shut up. He ducked and built it twice. I don't think he's ready. I believe you. I don't think he's ready for a big step up fight yet. And there's other names for him to fight and take his time. Shit. There's a lot of people out there. That KO bonus gonna have him doping harder than a motherfucker. Facts. Facts. You hear me? Facts. No weight clause. And I know this probably people like, yo, this benefit Canelo like a motherfucker. I agree. But this is right up Bud's alley. It's right up Bud's alley. He don't got no weight clause. Bruh is with Snack. Snack is going to put a cocktail on Bud they never even tried before just to see what happens. I don't even think they're going to be testing. No PD testing phase. I don't think nothing is going down. They're just going to make the fight. Winner takes all. That is right up Bud's alley. But I'm telling you, Canelo been at this weight class doing this for a while. If Bud come in this bitch and do what he say he did, he's gonna do and stop Canelo. I will think he on PEDs. I will think that shit. I won't say it because I don't got no proof, but I'm definitely gonna think it. I'm gonna think it. If he drop Canelo, people are gonna think that he on some shit. That's just is what it is. And sit their ass down. Gonna have that heavyweight snap right smack. Yo, no bullshit. Victor Conti has pancreatic cancer. Yeah, I heard that. Is Snack even open now? He don't even shit. Trust and believe that they got years. He got a year supply at his house. All he got to do is call up that motherfucker. He gonna send him a cocktail. I'm telling you, yo, real talk. Bud was tested after slapping Nelson. You right, he was. He was tested after slap. Maybe it was bullshit, yo. I know that Nelson slap was, but how you now answer me this? Where was the sound of Nelson hitting the ground? You heard the sound of the slap, and I don't want to hear that. Oh no, it was a delayed sound. If it was a delayed sound, then you would have heard the slap. Then you would have heard two sounds. It was only one sound, and that was the slap. Nelson fell and it didn't make a sound. It's like, yo, this is fucking bullshit. And he didn't even do the power slap right. Yo, he scratched like shit. I watch power slap. I used to anyway. You can't let neither one of your heels come off the ground after you follow through. That nigga walked through slap. He slapped him the way Africa went through Cambosa's body. He took 2 steps in with it. But facts though, he did get they did test him after that. Peeps was boasting Jamel the same energy. Yeah. I bet Conti has clones. They're gonna be snacking and packing, yo. Hey. I don't think Canelo gonna go in that bitch totally 100 clean without nothing in his motherfucking system. Hell no. I just don't want Canelo to drink during this camp, and I want him to take Bud serious. Like this is a rematch to Floyd fight. Like that's what I want. I want the best Canelo Alvarez to come in this fight because I know that it's going to be Bud the best version of Bud that he can possibly bring out, so he won't look stupid in this fight or get stopped in this fight. But y'all saying that it's going to be a hoax and all of this stuff, yo, I kind of believe that, yo. But I don't want it to be like that. I really don't. Serious question. Does Z-Side Bud beat Pachenko? I don't know. Pachenko, when I looked at Pachenko on him, Pachenko was towering over his ass like Bud was at 140 or some shit, Bud looked small as shit standing next to Pachenko, bro. That'll be the tough one to try. I think in Glacius or whatever beats the shit out of Bud. I think in Billy loads up a lot and throws wide left hooks. It'll be a boxing match and a hard fight to fight if Bud fought in Billy. I don't really know who the last guy is. I probably do know who he is and just don't know him by his name. Canelo has been juicing for his entire career. Exactly. Like he ain't new. Canelo ain't new to this. Just like Victor Conti ain't new to, doing his snack shit. Like it's about to, because I heard them things about them fights, I'm looking at the fight a little bit different, but still I got Canelo beating Bud, No disrespect. Even Floyd said that boy was on steroids when he fought him. And that shit was easy work for for Floyd too. Waiting on the winner of this fight. Seriously, he waiting on the winner of Bud versus Canelo, Dondrick. Beat Plant and ruin the Mall Plant fight. Oh. I don't know, I think Plant fought a bad game plan in that fight. I haven't seen dude fight nobody besides Plant that fight. So I don't really know. But Don Drickham, for real. Jamal Charlo is waiting for the Canelo Bud winner. Is that what you're saying? I heard him say that he was supposed to fight Canelo years ago. He number 2 in 2 sanctioning bodies. Damn. Retired Swift Herd. That was him. Ha! I stand corrected then. I have seen it. I wonder if they still make the Plant versus Maul. They should. Shit, he slapped the taste out of that man's mouth. He said it too. Maul was like, I want my get back. I want my lick back. I feel him on that, bro. But your lick is a year old, face ass nigga. I heard Alex Herrera is in Roach's camp. Yes, I heard that too. I heard that Lamont was working with somebody from Snack for the rematch with Gervonta Davis. And that's crazy because everybody was saying, oh, Tank's, always moving up a smaller guy. He's a smaller guy to Tank, He always want to move up somebody from a weight division. As you seen when they fought each other, he didn't look so small. But more than that, he had one fight. Lamont Roach had one fight, moved up from 130, had one fight versus Tank at 135, and he needs somebody to help him make weight. Because let's not forget, that's what they claim Snack is for. Snack is to help you recover and cut weight. That's what Snack's for. Was he not serious doing between fights and need extra help cutting weight, Lamont Roach? Or do Lamont Roach, he watched the fight with Tank so many times and realized that Tank could have went to a wetting after that fucking fight. He didn't have nothing wrong with his face at all. Maybe he want to hurt him. Called out Ja Opataya. I like that, but Ja fight at light heavyweight. Yeah, I like that. I think David is that guy, I'll take David, And Ja is a big dude, but I still got David. I don't think Ja can handle David. Yeah. Matter of fact, I don't know, that'll be a good fight. That lit got an expiration date. Stop. I think it's the other PD King memo. Maul's jab looked crispy against Cornflake. It did. It was hurting the shit out of Corn. The jab was hurting him. He also talked shit about Canelo and Eddie Cartel. Renaso's Jim Ben Juice. Canelo wants him when he was in an insane asylum, doped up. Damn. Hell nah. Mel gonna whoop Plant. Yeah, he gonna hurt Plant. Church. That's what they say it's for. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they say it's for, man. You ever heard the videos? And videos be all about cutting weight and all about getting energy and replenishing yourself and helping yourself get back to like fighting shit. It help you, you know what I'm saying? What's what I just said? Shit. It help your recovery. That's what all the snack commercials say. Regardless of that, that's what Victor Conte say. That's what fighters say. That's what they say. That is what they say. If Hamed Shiraz beats Berlanga, he will be Canelo Alvarez's next opponent. Yeah, that's my last topic. Turkey wants Shiraz to win. Yeah. Everybody is saying that Edgar Berlanga is going to win the fight. Let's talk about it. Edgar Berlanga is 23-1 with 18 knockouts. He is 6'1". He's 6'1" with a 73-inch reach, and he's 28 years old. Hamed Shiraz is 21-0 with one draw that should have been a loss, and he has 17 knockouts. He's 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. Now, bro, this is his first fight at 168. I believe this is Edgar's natural weight class, but this is his first fight at the weight class. Salute to you, 704 Joe. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming and building. Everybody hit that like button for me. Wonder why there are no Conte blood work commercials. This version of Maul may not be vulnerable and distracted enough for Canelo, who has made a career of being a scavenger and vulture, as well as fighting smaller fighters and handicapping others. That is a fact. A nice way of putting it. Jamal said he's just hitting his prime because of all the things that happened to him. He said he's just hitting his prime. Those are his words. That's what he said. That's what he said. But I think Shiraz can use his reach advantage because he do know how to use his reach advantage, and he has one. And he's a taller fighter. He fights tall. You know what I mean? Edgar Berlanga don't really fight that tall. You know what I mean? So he got a 2-inch height advantage, 2-inch reach advantage. I believe he can make it work. One thing that I realized that other people didn't when they was watching the Shiraz fight versus Carlos Adames is that what I realized is that Carlos Adames was outboxing his ass beautifully and stalking him the whole time. I realized that if Hamed Shiraz's hand was hurting or if it wasn't, the fact that he did not get wobbled or dropped in that whole fight told me something about Shiraz. He didn't really look like he was running the entire time in the fight. We've seen much worse recently. So that told me something, that he has good enough feet and a smart enough boxing IQ, or ring IQ, I should say, a smart enough ring IQ to stay in the fight without being too offensive. Now, what I noticed about Edgar Berlanga in all of these fights that he's already had on his resume is that he has a problem with movers. He has a problem with boxers. He has a problem with people that don't throw punches that much, so he can counter or have an open target to hit somebody flush. Someone that's moving around the ring and keeping their hands honest will give Berlanga a problem. I don't think Berlanga is going to win this fight. If he does, all kudos to him. I don't have a dog in the fight. It doesn't really tell me that Edgar Berlanga is ready for this, that, and the third. It doesn't really tell me anything if he beats Shiraz. But I don't think he's going to win. Now, I don't. A lot of people have their own opinion about this fight, but I don't think Edgar Berlanga is going to beat Shiraz. I just don't. I don't know if he's going to stop him, but Berlanga is still the same guy that sparred Lubin and got dropped. Berlanga is still the same guy that got dropped in the amateurs. Berlanga is still the same guy that got dropped by that nobody that was moving around the ring and caught Berlanga coming in off guard. Berlanga is still that same guy. Just because he fought Canelo, a lot of people was putting him higher up than what he's supposed to be. He didn't show me much in the Canelo fight. Canelo stood right there in front of him, and he stood right there in front of Canelo. This is not going to be that fight. I want everybody to know how I feel. This ain't going to be that. That not my opinion. No small ring to help her out. Yeah, no small ring. It was like, nah, ain't having that shit. Wanted Maul when he was inactive, getting arrested in the Michael Jackson straitjacket with all the zippers. Not when he was active and dangerous and is mandatory at 160. Hey, he ain't never won David because David was never on that shit. Adams ain't that big of a puncher. No, he's not. He's not that big of a puncher. But what I'm saying is he was moving around the ring. He really wasn't getting hit that much. Is my point. Like I didn't see Carlos Adames really like hitting Shiraz flush a lot of those times. I didn't see a lot of power punches being landed on Shiraz. He was having a good ring IQ to move around the ring and to not really get hit by those punches as well as it's what I seen. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay. Turkey wanted a small ring until Shiraz said no. Yet Core had no problem with it. I heard the person that said no was Pulo. I heard he was the one that was like, no, I don't want no small ring. Maybe both of them said no. Didn't Bumlaga go the distance with, let me see that, Steve Rose, Tootsie Roll? Come on, eyes on a roll in this J. Oh, bullshit. Berlanga gonna be on the ear bite mode. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Berlanga is like, it's too many things that I've seen that outweighed his good performances. It's too many bad I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I think Berlanga got a problem with movers. I don't think Shiraz has a good chin though, Drickum. I just think that he can move well enough around the ring to do the same thing that nobody did by dropping Edgar Berlanga a few fights ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being that this is Berlanga's weight class, and being that this is Shiraz's first time being at this weight class, and if he did hurt his hand, that was the last fight. Shit, he probably don't want no damn small ring. for real, because Edgar used to knock people out. His first 5-7 fights was first round knockouts or something. First 10 fights. Hopefully, Fat Joe will give Berlanga good corner advice this time. Damn. Shiraz can frustrate him. Yeah, that's what I'm like, bro. We're gonna see something different. But again, I believe the DAZN fight just went off. You got the ESPN Plus fight coming on. I don't know when it's gonna come on, but that undercard is very long, so I wouldn't be surprised if that undercard started at 5:30 or 7 o'clock, somewhere in between there, Eastern time. But salute to everybody that came in. I definitely appreciate all the love. I respect everybody for coming in. Thank you for everybody that gave to the channel. Much respect, much love. Definitely needed for supporting the channel. Everybody hit that like button. 5:30 is when it starts back. Everybody hit that like button. Join the channel. Share the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Let everybody know Ashley Korner is back live. I'm going to be going probably live around 3:30 on Saturdays, maybe 3 o'clock like I did today. It all depends on what fights are starting, because I'm not going to be trying to compete with people watching fights, because I rather, it all depends, you know what I'm saying? But Sundays, I'm going to be trying to go live at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Holla at your girl, yo. See you.
I'm working on fine. Penny X.